Man, it's a segment of my black folks who are really pissed at other black people for not drinking the Candace Owens Kool-Aid, for lack of better words, right? A lot of black folks, they loving Candace Owens right now. Like, I just made a video about her, right? And you got black folks pissed that people like me, I'm not all on the hype train with her. You hear me? Like, I'm not all for her and standing in solidarity with Candace Owens, right? It's black folks in there, man, she really what we need. Y'all just being sheep, and she ain't no sheep. You need to stand with her. Man, listen, I will stand with Candace Owens when she stands in solidarity with black folks, which she does not. Okay, let me say this: holding black folks accountable on your channel that's geared to white racist conservatives does nothing for black folks. Nothing. Okay. Why do I say that? Again, accountability is great in this world, and I'm all about holding folks accountable. I hold black folks accountable all the time. I hold everybody accountable. I will hold myself accountable, right? Accountability is good for everybody, right? But she seems to always want to just she want to hold black folks accountable. Again, in front of, when she knows she speaks to an audience, a white racist conservative audience who don't give a flying fuck about black people. Okay, and I know some of y'all gonna get mad at my language, but quite frankly, I don't care. Some of y'all need to hear this. Candace Owens' audience is filled with majority of white racist conservatives who don't care about nothing that's dealing with black folks in our community. All they want to do is tell us off and tell us that we need daddies and that we just violent people and we need to stop being violent and we need daddies in our lives. That's the audience that she speaks to. Seriously, right? She speaks to an audience who denies racism all the time, who denies systemic racism. She speaks to an audience that tells the world that George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose and not from a knee on his neck from Officer Chauvin, right? She speaks to an audience that tells black folks to get over slavery. She speaks to an audience, again, who really just denies racism all across the board and tells black people, she speaks to an audience that tells black people that we're being victims when we talk about obvious police brutality against our folks, our black people, while they're unarmed, right? She speaks to an audience who believes these things. So what good are you trying to, I guess, hold us accountable in front of an audience like that really don't care about us? They don't care about black folks, and y'all know that shit. And I likened or compared Candace Owens to Bill Cosby in that same breath. Not because, and again, yes, Candace did not make the great TV shows that Bill Cosby made that depicted black folks in great positive light. What I mean is that Bill Cosby often got in front of a white crowd like he did in that pound cake speech and started belittling black folks in front of white folks. Talking about all the funny names we got. What type of name is this? What type of name is that? Telling us we need to pull our pants up and telling black folks we need to raise our kids better in front of a white audience that's clapping it up, cheering Bill on. Yeah, Bill, tell those N-words that they ain't shit. Tell those N-words they need to be better parents. Tell those N-words, why do they name these kids these funny names? Tell these N-words that black folks ain't shit. And Bill falling for the whole thing, right? Because again, a lot of older black folks fall into respectability politics and all of that, right? Bill falling for the okie doke and dragging us through the mud, right? Until he got dragged through the mud. After we found out, hold on, you telling black folks we need to keep our pants up. It sounds like you need to be keeping your pants up too, Mr. Cosby, right? Candace always got that same shit in her. Speaking to a white racist conservative crowd who spew anti-black rhetoric on the regular, consistently. And all they do, they just enjoy watching Candace Owens tell black folks off. Right? Again, yeah, Candace, tell those N-words they ain't shit. Yeah, Candace, tell those N-words they need daddies. Yeah, Candace, tell those N-words that they're criminals. Yeah, Candace, tell those N-words that they're full of degeneracy. Right? That's what they like doing. But they don't want to hear about no degeneracy within their society unless it's coming from a Democrat. That's the only time they want to hear about degeneracy from their society, from their segment of the population. They don't want to hear about degeneracy coming from Republicans. Then you public enemy number one. See, y'all falling for the Candace Owens Kool-Aid when she just we gonna hold black folks accountable. Yes, she hold us accountable. But she ain't holding her audience accountable for saying shit like systemic racism is a myth or believing that, right? She not holding her audience accountable for saying stuff like black people should get over slavery when they not gonna let you, they never gonna let you get over 9/11. They never gonna let you get over the Holocaust. They never gonna let you get over Pearl Harbor and any American tragedy outside of slavery. They not gonna let you get over, they only want us to get over slavery because the shit happened to our people, right? You know, she ain't gonna hold her audience accountable for saying that George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose and not from a knee on his neck that we obviously saw on camera. Until she starts holding her white racist conservative audience accountable for that shit, she ain't a champion for black folks. And y'all be a fool to think that. You'll be a fucking fool to think that, man. Like, again, she ain't gonna hold your audience accountable for the harmful and disrespectful rhetoric about black folks. Then I can stand with you. Then I can know you really for our people. But until then, I ain't trusting that. Oh, she just about holding us accountable. She what we need. She what we need. Man, listen, Candace get a rub on the head from that audience that don't give a fuck about black people. She getting a rub and a pat on the head. I'm not giving her no cookie because she holding us accountable. Man, listen, knock it off. Knock it off. Hey, like she's playing to an audience who gaslights black folks into making us think that racism is a figment of our imagination. Okay? She spent years pandering to this audience, an audience that says the most condescending shit in the world to black folks. And now we supposed to make her the people's champion? Come on, man. For real, man. Like, I promise you. You hear me? Like, again, how about holding Candace? How about holding your main audience? Because, again, her main audience is not black folks. I don't call black folks can get on here and talk that shit and lie all they want to. I'm not finna sit on here and lie. Y'all know her audience is not mainly black folks. Her audience is mainly made up of white racist conservatives, right? So hold your audience accountable for perpetuating a narrative that black folks are just more inherently criminal than other groups of people, and that we just all vile, and we just, slavery is just a figment of our imagination, all that shit. Because I promise you, they spew that rhetoric like a motherfucker. When I say like a motherfucker, I mean like a Oedipus Rex motherfucker. I know Oedipus Rex. I'm well read too, damn it. And I learned it from my black ass college, Mississippi Valley State University, a SWAC school. And I learned it from Morgan Park High School, a high school on the south side of Chicago that Macy Jemison, the great Macy Jemison, graduated from, right? On the south side of Chicago, you hear me? So anyway, but yeah, black folks out here getting mad that we ain't riding with her. Man, she ain't standing in solidarity with us until she hold her audience accountable. And again, you silly as fuck if you think just because she's saying something, oh yeah, she says some things I agree with. She says a lot of things that I agree with. But again, look at the audience she's speaking to. And then it ain't make it no better. She's married to a white man who probably feels the same shit that her audience feels about us. Probably don't give a flying fuck about us either. So while you sitting up here holding us accountable, go home to your white husband and talking about holding us accountable. Now hold your audience accountable for the negative shit they say about black people and for thinking race or for dismissing racism and sweeping shit under the rug and acting like racism don't exist. Those things and those ideologies are harmful to my people. I will never co-sign on shit she talking about. On shit she talking about until she hold her audience accountable for their negative stereotypes or negative narratives they perpetuate about black folks. Peace.